I have a theory. I actually kind of missed this, like way back when we first began getting the Disney Plus shows for the MCU, such as Loki and WandaVision and Hawkeye. I almost called it Arrow, and Falcon and Winter Soldier. I used to do speculation about not only how it fit into the MCU proper, but how these shows basically shone a new light on certain events that occurred inside of the MCU. Here we are with Agatha all along, and I feel as though we are getting a light shined on basically the motivations for the villain that we did not get in WandaVision. Because when you actually sit down and you think about the story of WandaVision, it's very much a story about Wanda coming to term. Multiverse of Madness kind of messed that up, but WandaVision is essentially Wanda coming to terms with her trauma, coming to terms with her grief, and learning to essentially let go until Multiverse of Madness comes in and completely messes up all of that character development. And the character of Agatha Harkness is basically just the generic bad guy who's there to do bad guy things, which is the bad guy sees the hero's power and the bad guy wishes to steal the hero's power for themselves. Episode 3 of Agatha All Along kind of put an interesting new light on Agatha's motivations, because leading up to this, we got hints from the other characters that were familiar with Agatha due to her reputation that she essentially sacrificed her son for the Darkhold. She sacrificed her baby. She gave away the thing that she loved the most in order to gain power. When we think about the fact that Agatha broke into Westview, because she was not in Westview initially, which is something that Wanda comes to terms with as she starts to realize that Agatha has been playing these games inside of the Hex. It really is the case that Agatha didn't come to Wanda to steal Wanda's power just to make herself more powerful, because she was already a really powerful and fearsome witch. She came to Wanda because Wanda did something that Agatha's powers and all of the witches' powers across the planet couldn't do, which is she created life. She rewrote the reality of everyone inside of Westview, created her husband again in the form of Vision, and then created for herself actual children. Now, the argument could be that, well, Billy and good God, I'm whiffing on Wicked and Speed, that both of them weren't actually real outside of the Hex, but for all intents and purposes, inside of the Hex, they were very real. They were autonomous of Wanda. They were immune to her ability to essentially control the reality or the script of the individuals inside of the Hex. They essentially had free will. It was just the case that they could not exist outside of this pocket dimension, this bubble that Wanda had essentially created in order for her to live her ultimate happy life. I believe that Agatha's motivation wasn't power. I believe that Agatha broke into the Hex to steal Wanda's power to revive her own kid, which is something that she couldn't do with the Darkhold, which is something that she could not do with her own magic. However, she became aware of the fact that Wanda was able to not only basically shunt herself off in her own little pocket bubble with the Hex, but also rewrite reality, create her own children, create her husband, and essentially live this super comfortable life. And Agatha came along, broke into the Hex with the intention of stealing Wanda's powers to use her ability to maybe even rewrite reality, or maybe just her ability to create life, to basically breathe life back into her child, bring her child back to life, be a mother, the chance to basically raise her kid the way in which she wanted to before she traded away her child in order to gain all of this crazy infinite power for herself. And I think the more we go along Agatha's journey down the witch's road in Agatha All Along, the more we're probably going to discover that it was essentially a trick. Like, I feel as though we've been building up to the character of Mephisto for so long, and especially if you take a look back at Multiverse of Madness and the murals on the wall, you see the mural of Wanda, and then on one side you see the mural of Wiccan, and then on the opposite side you see a mural depicting someone who looks strangely like Mephisto. And I know Mephisto is like the white whale. We've been hunting for him since we've been hunting for that man in like every single show. We hunted him in WandaVision, we were hunting him in Loki, we were hunting him in Captain America and the Winter Soldier. We were low-key kind of hunting him in Hawkeye. Like, anytime something religious and devilry showed up, we believed that it was Mephisto. But I have a feeling that Mephisto plied Wanda. He plied Agatha with honeyed words about, you know, wielding this ultimate power, the power of maybe even the Scarlet Witch herself, the power to rewrite reality and break free of your chains and your bonds. But he didn't tell her that the thing that she would have to give up was essentially her kid, like the thing that she loves the most, which is when Wanda got a hold of the Darkhold, the thing that she loved the most was her children. And the chase to get her children caused her to cause just untold amounts of destruction and havoc across the entirety of the multiverse. When Evil Strange got his hand on the Darkhold, the thing that he wanted to do was protect his universe, but in attempting to protect his universe, he completely destroyed it and killed everyone and left himself as the only one left in existence. So, putting that new spin on this, which is taking a step back and thinking about why Agatha would go out of her way to essentially steal Wanda's magic when she was already super, super powerful, makes a whole lot more sense now that we know that she basically lost her kid in an unfair bargain to get access to the Darkhold. And suddenly becoming aware of the fact that there's a witch on this planet whose powers allow her to rewrite reality and basically resurrect people from the dead was just a tempting prospect for Agatha, where the only thing that she wants is her kid, and the journey that she's going to be on with Wiccan in this, where whether or not he's being muffled by Mephisto or he's muffling himself so that he doesn't give away too much information, her journey with him is probably going to close that chapter for her. Her realizing that she's never going to be able to probably get her child, but maybe a chance for her to fall into that motherly or even maybe grandmotherly role and sacrificing herself to basically save Wiccan or probably push him down the witch's path so that he can get to his destination may be the redemption that Agatha has essentially been looking for since she sacrificed her kid. But let me know, comment down below what you think about my crazy theories, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, peace.